So, I don't really know why I'm sharing this because anytime I even think about it, I get that weird cold feeling in my chest. But this happened a few months ago, and I still can't explain it in a way that makes sense. And I've tried, trust me. So, I like hiking alone. It's kind of my thing. There's this small forest trail like 15 minutes from my place in Oklahoma. It's a very normal place, not some deep, spooky woods or anything like that. It's a quiet path people use to walk their dogs or clear their head. I've gone there so often that I know every turn of the trail without really thinking about it. So this was a regular day. It was sunny, not too hot, maybe a bit windy. There was nothing creepy about the day, no weird vibes. I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't even in a mood where my imagination could run wild. I was literally just walking, listening to music, scrolling through my playlist like a normal person. About 15 minutes in, I'm just walking and minding my business when I hear my name. It was very soft, and it was not loud at all. It sounded like someone calling me from a distance, like if a friend saw you before you saw them and tried to get your attention without yelling. I stopped walking because I genuinely thought someone was calling me. I even took one of my earbuds out and looked around the trail to see who it was, but there was nobody. There were no footsteps, no dogs, no kids, nothing. Just trees and that normal rustling sound from the wind. So I figured maybe it was a bird, or maybe I was beginning to hallucinate, or whatever. I shrug it off and keep walking. Not even 60 seconds later, I hear my name. Again. It was the same tone, but clearer. And it was closer. I remember stopping so suddenly that the gravel under my shoes made that scraping sound. The voice this time sounded like me. It was close enough that the hairs on my arms stood up immediately. It was like someone copied my voice but didn't get the depth right, or the tone completely right, just off. Like hearing yourself on a bad recording, but somehow outside in the air. I turned around so fast because I was sure, like 100% sure, someone was right behind me or hiding behind one of the trees. But there was nothing, and the trail behind me is straight for a bit. You can see pretty far, and it was completely empty. The forest suddenly felt different in a way that wasn't normal, because how do you move on after hearing something like that? After a while, I said, hello, or maybe who's there? I honestly don't even remember which one. My voice sounded shaky even to me. I got no response back. Not even birds, so at this point I'm not panicking, but something in my brain is telling me, like, okay, it's time to go. I turned and started walking back toward the entrance. I was walking very fast, like I was in one of those speed walking competitions that always took place annually. The kind where you're trying not to look like you're running even though your whole body is tense. I was maybe 5 minutes from getting out of the forest when I heard my name again. It was too close to my ear, just right behind me. Like someone leaned in toward my ear and said it directly. I felt it in my spine, if that makes sense. And it still sounded a lot like me. I didn't turn around. I couldn't bring myself to do that. Something in my body just said, do not look back. So I kept walking faster. I was almost jogging. I didn't breathe properly until I stepped out of the tree line and back into the open area where the cars park. And even then, I still felt like something was watching from the trees. I sat in my car for a minute with my hands shaking. I didn't even start the engine right away. I just sat there trying to replay it in my head to find a logical explanation. But there isn't one that actually makes sense. I've gone back to that trail a few times since, and nothing weird has ever happened again. Not even a little. But every time I walk through that first part of the trail, I get this tight feeling in my chest, like I'm waiting for that voice again. My own voice, and honestly, I don't think I'd be able to handle it if it happened a second time.